Hi. So first off, I'm going to apologize because this is actually done on my phone. Because for some reason my webcam decided I'm not going to work today. So my English task and development for this was to focus on vocabulary with the theme of being outdoors. Now, this task's goal is to have students gain an understanding about the importance of being able to make fluent conversation and adding some words in the vocabulary at the same time. Prior to this task, there would have been examples with words outdoors, like bird, ocean, ship, hill, forest, car, bike, hiking, running, all these kind of things. Things you do outside, or things that are outside. As introduction to this task, I will explain that I'm going to give a few pieces of paper that are facing down, and they shouldn't look at these until I say, okay, look at these things now. Then I'll be telling the children about a short story that I'm making up. It could be a story that's actually happened to me, but that's not the main point. The main point of this story is to capture the student, make them pay attention, and make this class a little bit interesting and versatile. I mean, if all classes are just textbook material, it's boring, and no students would want to do that for a longer while. So while telling this story, I'm going to hand out these notes, always face down, and then then I'm going to wrap up the story with a funny ending or something like that. Now, on each note, it has a story, just a few lines, of course, not paragraphs, but a few lines that is paired with another story. It could be something like, in the playground, you bump into a friend that falls down. Then the paired one would say something like, while playing on the playground, you get bumped and fall down. So these two have to find each other but it could also be something like running in the forest, you see a person laying on a dirt road, rushing to him or her, they open their eyes as you bend down. Then the other story would be, as you open your eyes, there are trees above you, and a person you don't know is looking down upon you, and you're hurt. So these are all, it's a pretty simple task to have the student find their match. But as you can see in the two examples I gave, the first one is pretty simple. I mean, they're playing, you get bumped. It has similar words, but the other one is different. It's on a higher level because it's not actually the same words that are being used, but it's more like a story, ongoing story that has to be matched up. And the students have to figure this out. So, they're just going to have to walk around the class, see how they fit. Of course, they're not allowed to actually read the entire sentence because that would be way too simple. So they have to ask questions, and the harder the sentences are to match together, the deeper questions the students will have to ask. So it can actually be used in different age categories. But from this, it should take them about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on the number of students, because if you have a lot of students, it's going to take a longer time, because students are going to be matched up in different ways. So each student should be paired up after this time. Maybe a few have it wrong, but it's not the important thing about this task. It's not right and wrong. It's simply to practice having a conversation. Hopefully, it will give students a little more courage in future tasks and being outwards, a bit more social and active in classes. Give them courage to actually speak up. Hopefully, that's a long-term thing. The students will engage in longer discussions and more frequently in English than Danish. Use several sentences for answers instead of just yes, no, he, she, it, did that. Actually use full sentences or full paragraphs even. I mean, you might actually have students that will do that at some point. So that was my main thing. I thought about that. And it was my original idea, but when I went, because as you can see, I'm at my home now, and there's so many things around me that I'm always getting distracted. As you can just see here, my PC, I get distracted so easily here. So I actually went to my school to do this, to write it all down, get my ideas and my head focused. And when I got there, I kind of got inspired by one of her previous lectures, where we had the cafe structure and we had to tell about different categories, and ours was the preposition noun. So I started looking for tasks at the school where this could, or how this could be fun to do, and I found an example that I can't show you now, but I'm gonna send this an attached file so you can look at it as well. And this one page from the book would be really easy to do, along with, you can easily make several others as well, just like this, because it's like the first one on it is the cat is behind the dog, and then there's 3 pictures of a cat and a dog where they're positioned in different ways, and now the student just have this little box that you have to check in order to which one is the right one. Where is the cat actually behind the dog? Very simple task. However, I would only use this task as a test to see if the student actually understood the basics of prepositions, because I don't like books. I don't know why, but working from books, I hate it, and I don't know why, but I do. They're great for inspiration, but I don't like them in general. So therefore, I would have the entire class stand up instead. Now, getting behind their chairs, we can start a game. The game I would choose would be Simon Says, with a small twist, of course. But explaining the simple rules of Simon Says, I wouldn't eliminate anyone from the class because I want everyone to participate. And the point about Simon Says is that they can see their teacher actually doing these things. Therefore, no one is left out. No one can hide, because everyone have to gotta stand up in their chairs. They have to walk around, get behind their chair, as you can see. Stand behind my chair now, and I speak to an entire class. And every student has to do this as well. So we're including every student there is. And we explain prepositions. We stand behind our chairs, we are standing upon our chairs, we are under the desk, we are jumping up and down on the table, all these kind of things, and it's going to be fun for the class, actually. Especially if you have younger students, because seeing their teacher crawl around the floor and jumping up and down is different, and it's going to be fun. And I like my class to be fun, at least a little bit. So, while doing this, I'm going to go over a few of them all the time, We're going to be behind the chair a few times, we're going to be on the table a few times, to make sure the students have a certain repetition upon it. Or, while I'm doing this, they're also getting images. As with the task and the attached file, they're getting images in. So instead of just being the short-term memory, it's going to be on the long-term memory as well, actually, or at least making an easier connection to it. And while we're just doing all these things, I'm going to stop at some point. Okay, we're standing on the chair now. I'm not going to say that. That would kind of be giving it away. I'm going to ask the students, where are we now? And then the student's going to be answering, hopefully, we are on the chair, or we are on our chairs, or we are behind the desk, we are walking around the desk, all these kind of things. So that's my take on it, and I hope this was what you wanted, because I was a little bit in doubt about that. This is 2 suggestions from me, about things I would do. Both of them are about vocabulary. One of them about pronouns, another one just a general idea, and of course with communicative competences about actually being able to discuss things. I probably in both cases would be doing a bit of pronunciation as well, like how do you pronounce grass, bus, car, tree instead of 3, making sure that it's at least pretty much accurate. So this is my take on it, and I hope you liked it. Bye.